And the Support Our Troops nonprofit out of Aden worked with Girl Scouts to donate tens of thousands of cookies to soldiers. I spoke to Girl Scouts and soldiers who showed up to bring some joy into the lives of our military. Girl Scouts worked together with Aden police officers, volunteers, and even military Friday to donate tens of thousands of Girl Scout cookie boxes to troops. Staff Sergeant Neil Simon is in the Army Reserve 362nd Quartermaster Battalion. He said people don't understand how much stuff like this brightens up a service member's day.
When they get these care packages, soldiers, it's like part of the home coming to them, especially the ones that are abroad.
In addition to the cookies, volunteers made care packages with toiletries to ship out to different branches of the military. One of their volunteers said it's awesome to help.
Because all the people that are overseas and don't get to see their families a lot, we just spread love all across the world.
The boxes are a combination of donations from the Girl Scouts organization itself and boxes that other people bought to donate. A Girl Scout I spoke to said she likes to picture service members opening the care packages.
Well, that makes me feel really good because Girl Scout cookies are just so good, and it feels nice to have this little sweetness in their life.
Barbara Whitehead is the volunteer director for Support Our Troops North Carolina. She said it's especially important to remember the troops right now as the country faces war in the Middle East.
You know, it's hard when you're a dad and you're away from home and your girls, their birthday parties, their soccer games, Christmas, Easter egg hunts.
A total of 22,000 boxes of cookies were donated today. Whitehead said if you want to donate, toiletries are small items they look for the most.